everyone, it's Mary Catherine from CrochetChic.com. This is the pattern we're going to be learning today. It's a really fun little six-sided oriental bloom is the name of it. You can call it whatever you want though. The yarn I used here is one ball of Red Heart Boutique Midnight. However, you can use just about any yarn. I've done it in 2-ply yarn. I've done it in regular worsted weight yarn. Just pretty much whatever you want. I just particularly like this yarn for this pattern because it slowly changes colors. As you can see all the different colors here. This is an autumn kind of blend. I made these in the fall, so that's why they're that color. But they have lots of really fun colors, and I like it where I don't have to weave in ends and change. However, they look really awesome if you do like to weave in ends and you change colors every row. So to do this pattern, you need your yarn. I'm using a size H crochet hook, but if you have a different yarn that you want to use that requires a different hook, go ahead and just use that. A tip that I use is I only have a little bit of yarn, so I have it in this little bowl, coffee mug, anything works, so your yarn doesn't throw all the way around. So how we start is we want to make a magic circle. If you're not comfortable with the magic circle, don't let that stop you from doing this pattern. Just go ahead and chain 3, join, and then you'll start right with us. So this pattern has a total of 6 sides and 6 corners. To make each side, to start with, we're going to do 2 half double crochet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 2. That's going to count as our first half double crochet. Then I'm going to half double crochet. Then what you do is you chain 2 for a corner. And so now I'm going to do is I'm going to make my second side. So I'm going to half double crochet twice. Half double crochet in patterns is written as HDC, so it would say 2 HDC, then it would say chain 2 CH2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 2. So now I have 2 sides, 2 corners. This is my third side and my third corner. Now we've got my fourth side. And my fourth corner, our fifth side, and our fifth corner, and then finally we're down to our last side. This is only a 3-round hexagon, so it's super quick. Really kind of fun to make whatever it is you want to make with them. Alright, so now I'm going to chain 2. For those using a magic loop, what you want to do now is just pull. Pull it nice and taut. What you're going to do now is slip stitch into the top of that chain 2 at the beginning. Make sure you're not going in between, but actually in the stitch. My one yarn got caught there. I didn't want to pull that through. What I do is I slip stitch then over to my first chain 2 space. Slip stitching is just kind of putting your hook in, grabbing the yarn. You don't want to make a stitch, you just want to get yourself over to another place. What we're going to do now is we're going to pull up on the loop. You're going to yarn over. I'm showing you how to make a puff stitch. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to go under, grab it, then tilt your hook up. That's what gives you a really puffy puff stitch. I learned that trick by watching the Art of Crochet by Teresa's videos. Very helpful if you don't understand the puff stitch. Go through, tilt your hook up. I don't know if you can tell from the angle I'm tilting it up. I've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5-loop puff stitch. What we're going to do is we then wrap our yarn over, pull through, and pull the yarn through to secure it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do that again. So we've got our yarn wrapped over, go through the hole, pulled up, tilt the angle up, tilt the hook up, yarn over, go through, tilt the yarn up. We've got a total of 5 loops. We're going to yarn over, pull through, chain to secure. What we're going to do now is we're just going to skip the next 2 half double crochets and go into this chain 2 space again. And we're going to work a puff stitch, a chain 1, and a puff stitch. So that's the chain to secure it, then another chain to count as our corner. Then we're going to yarn over, tilt our hook up, we're going to pull through, change it to secure. This is kind of what it looks like. It does not yet look anything like what the finished product looks like. Don't worry, it doesn't really take its shape till the last round. For those who want smaller puff stitch, the way to affect the size of your puff stitch is just not to pull up as much. But if you like them really puffy, I tend to like mine really puffy. You just yarn over just like you see me doing. Make sure you don't let your yarn get too taut to the ball. As you see, I keep pulling it because when you let it get tight, that can affect your tension no matter what project you are working on. But especially with puff stitches, I notice if I let it get tight, my puff stitches tend to get smaller, which looks kind of funny. Alright, so we're working on our last set. Alright, so I just secured my last puff stitch. Let me just pull this. I didn't knot it yet, so that's why it came undone. This is what yours should look like at the end of round 2. Nothing fancy needs to be done between the two. You're just going to want to come over here, go into the top of that first puff stitch. See how I have 2 little loops on my hook? And pull it through with a slip stitch. And this is what it looks like at the end of round 2. It looks more like a circle. Now to make it get its hexagon type shape, all we need to do is we're going to slip stitch in between the 2 right here. And what we're going to do, and in between every spot where we put 2 puff stitches, we're going to put in 6 half double crochet. So we're going to chain up 2 for our first one, and then we're going to do 5 more half double crochets. And the reason why we chain up for the first stitch instead of just doing it is it would be really smushed if we didn't, and that stitch needs that many space to grow. Otherwise you'll have a kind of smushed project. So if yours looks kind of smushed, check to see that you chained up, and that normally will let you know. So say you lost track, this is how you count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 1 more. So this is where we just did, it was in between, so there's no chain space, so we're just going to do 3 half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. So in between these two where there's a chain 1, we want to do 6 half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then in the next one we want to just do 3. 1, 2, 3, and then again with the 6. 1, 2, 3, making my yarn nice and loose. 4, 5, and 6. And so as you can see, as I get quite a few more, you can see where the corners are taking shape everywhere where there's 6, and then there's sides wherever there is 3. When you keep on going and then slip stitch at the end to join, your square will end up looking exactly like this. If you would like sharper corners than what this is showing, I don't like to have the little hole right here. However, if you would like to have a sharper corner right here, what you would do is on all your sides, you would still do the 3 half double crochet, just like this. I'm going to show you right here. 1, 2, 3. And then on the in-between spot right here where you normally do 6 half double crochet, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, then chain 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to do 3 more. 1, oops, 2, and 3. See how that gives you just a way deeper point and also like a little space right there. So a lot of people like to have that really, really sharp corner. So if you ever want to have a sharp corner and the pattern's written to where it's more like this, basically all you need to do is add a chain 2 in there. So please let me know what you think of this pattern. If you're going to make it, comment below. Go ahead and don't forget to subscribe to Crochet Chic on YouTube. You can also find me on Pinterest, on Twitter, on Facebook, and pretty much any other social media site, Instagram you can think of, all by finding Crochet Chic. Sorry, I cannot talk today. It's the chic is spelled C-H-I-Q, not C-H-I-C. Thank you.